I thought this was my hair. I think it's just a string. Did I get it? Okie dokie. So today I'm doing another reading a book and making an outfit that I could wear to live in that world situation. I've done one before and I had a good time making the outfit. The book, not so much, but we have another book and I'm actually really excited for this book. So it is Out of the Woods by Hannah Bowman Young. I read Out on a Limb and I absolutely loved that book so much. And actually my favorite part of that book was Caleb and Sarah. And Caleb and Sarah are the people in this book. So I really, really wanted to read their book. So I thought this would be a perfect time to read their book and then make an outfit from it, because she has this cute little sweater. I'll put this, like, the cover up on the screen, but she has this cute little sweater. And I'm thinking maybe I want to make a sweater of some sort. I just know that Caleb and Sarah are married and they're having some problems in their marriage. That's all I know about this book. I really hope the last two characters from the last book are in this, because it's an interconnected standalone, because I loved them and I loved Caleb and Sarah. So I'm really excited to start reading this. And someone suggested the audiobook, so I have the physical book, or I guess the Kindle version, on Libby here, but I also got the audiobook on Libby. So I think I'm gonna do like a combo reading and listening, and I'm really, really excited. It's currently raining and it's like the beginnings of fall, so it's the perfect fall day right now to wear a cozy sweater, and I want to make a cozy sweater, so I hope that I can manifest making a cozy sweater. What if Caleb and I are like a nice cozy sweater, a favorite sweater, the one you cannot wait to pull out as soon as the weather turns, the one that you've worn through your highest highs and your lowest lows, comfortable, dependable, but one day you notice a broken stitch and tug on the thread a little too hard. Then you keep tugging and tugging, trying to find the end of the loose thread, but instead the whole thing falls apart and you're left wearing nothing, with a pile of yarn at your feet. I'm making a sweater! I'm making a sweater! Pull on your thread and unravel your sweater, then wind up a new ball of yarn and begin again. I have an idea. I have to make a sweater now. But I have had this sweater, I'll put a picture of it, pinned on my Pinterest board of things I want to make, like under my cozy crochet items I want to make, for so long. And I think this is perfect because I want to make it multicolored, with them all tied together. In my head, they're tied together, like they're individual people and they have problems going on right now. I'm assuming their marriage will be fixed, whatever, but you have to kind of, I need to sneeze. All the ties represent different problems that they may have and how they've like worked together to tie back together their loose ends, and how they like find each other again by working through their issues. The issues are the loose ends and they tie them back together by working through them. And then the sweater is the sweater that was falling apart because of the loose threads is tied back together and their relationship is mended. And I just went to Michael's and I bought a bunch of yarn because I was having a bad day. And so I bought a bunch of yarn that was bright and colorful and made me happy, and now I can make a sweater out of it. This is the yarn I bought. It's a bamboo blend, so we have, I think, 5 different colors that are all pastel colorful that I can tie together. Avocado, butter, marine, papaya, and taffy. Now I'm going to listen to the rest of the audiobook while I figure out this sweater, and this is going to be the item that we make. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, wait. But my thoughts on the book so far, I would love a book about the moms. I think that would be really fun to do a flashback book of the moms and how they grew up together and their life and raising their kids. I would love that. I also really like the flashbacks. Actually, the first one I was like, this cut really short, but I kind of get it in my head. It's literally a flashback and I'm like, wait. And then you get pulled back in because it feels like they end so abrupt, like almost in the middle of a sentence, and then you're back into the present. It's like she's literally having the flashbacks. I really like that. The only thing so far is I'm not sensing her and Caleb are having like marriage problems. I think she's having an identity crisis. And so far it's hard to feel for her because She literally, if she wants to go back to college, she can afford to go back to college. If she wants to start a business or go to therapy, like literally whatever she wants to do, she can do it. Her husband can clearly pay for her to do whatever she wants. So her saying like, maybe I need to do that, then do it. You don't need to break up with your husband to do it, because if you break up with your husband, you have no money. None. So far I'm just not really, I feel for her because her mom died and it was very tragic, and the way she died, that's horrible. It would be horrible to go through. But girl, you have literally all the money you could ever want. Go do something about it if you have a problem with it. All right, it's later. I made a pickle jar iced coffee. It's so good. Do we see this color? This is perfect for me. Love it so much. It tastes amazing. Update on the book, then update on the sweater, because we've discussed I'm making a sweater. So we're doing it at the same time. Killing two birds, one stone. What did he do? Like, I need to know what he did that she thinks he's so horrible. Because so far, he's doing everything and more. And if she has a problem, how is he supposed to read her mind? He's trying his best. He's not doing anything with ill intentions. Everything he's doing is because he loves her and wants her to be happy. And like, what did he do? Please tell me what he did. Because, okay, so she couldn't have gone to college because they wouldn't have seen each other. Go part-time, don't go full-time. Or it's been like, I don't know, they're like 30 now. So it's been 10 years. Like, you could have gone back to college. His business has been thriving for a while now. You can't have a job because you're not good at it. It just wasn't for you. Like, okay. And that author said her writing is shallow and vapid. That's kind of how she is. Not intentionally, I don't think. She's not purposely trying to be like that. But the author, although she was a bit harsh, she's not wrong. And she kind of just hasn't changed. I do think she just needs to talk through her issues with somebody and go to therapy maybe, or like at least maybe write something down or be honest with yourself, because she's been lying to herself since her mom died. I want to root for her because she's obviously in a hard place right now, but I don't think it's Caleb's fault. It has nothing to do with her marriage. Her marriage is, I guess, a little bit because it's a part of her life, but the issues that she have are with herself. And it doesn't seem like if she was like, hey, I want to go back to college, or I want to start a business, I want to get a job, I want to blah, blah, blah. I think Caleb would support her. So I'm just not understanding why we're in the woods for a couples retreat, when I think she just needs to figure out, like, she's having an identity crisis right now. I don't hate the book. I really hope she figures out what she needs and doesn't continue to push him out, because he loves her, and it's very obvious that he loves her and wants what's best for her. And he hasn't been like, oh, you can't do that, ever. It doesn't seem, unless he did something in the flashbacks. If we're gonna get something, we need to get there, because I don't understand. They're just miscommunication is the problem in their marriage. Everything else seems to be a personal issue. I just hope she figures it out. Now, on to the crocheting. I thought I wanted to make a knit stitch and make it super chunky. I have switched gears a little bit. So I started out with this first sample. This is a knit stitch, and I used a 12mm hook, and I used 2 strands of yarn at the same time. Didn't like how thick it was, because I don't want it to be super heavy, just cozy. So then I switched and I did 1 with the 12, and I wanted it to be looser. So then I switched again, and this is a 15mm hook, a big guy, and I got the flowiness, the looseness that I wanted, but this is a very soft yarn, so it'll still be nice and cozy. And then I started making it, and I just didn't love how it was looking. So I have since stopped the knit stitch, and I'm just doing regular single crochets, and I've actually done every single color once, and you can stretch it out and you can kind of see the pattern. It's almost mesh-like, which is actually what I really like. But this is what I'm going to continue doing, just flipping through the different colors. And on the back side here, I don't know if I'm going to keep it or what I'm going to do with it, but kind of as like a little Easter egg to the book, I've left my ties like this, and I might keep it like that just as like you and I know what the ties represent, but no one else can even see them. Like I wouldn't wear this on the outside, but I kind of like that hidden message because you can't see it. Okay, you can see it right there, but just you can't see it. But I like the hidden message. I really like the colors and how they look together, the weight of this, the way that it's laying. I'm really liking how this is turning out. So I'm going to keep working on that. I think I'm going to do a front panel and a back panel and then sleeves and then sew it all together instead of making it as one piece. I kind of like the disconnect between the different sections and how it'll look different from every angle, and it's kind of an abstract, just like we have a problem and then we think it's going to end, but it doesn't, and we tie it back together. I don't know if that makes sense, but you're just working together to figure out the issues and just tying your sweater back together. I think I'm thinking about it way too deep. My dog, she went to the spa yesterday and she got a new bandana. You love it? You look so pretty. Yes, you look so pretty. It's Halloween themed Wizard of Oz. We're already almost halfway done with the book. We're at 39%. It needs to pick up the pace a little bit for a lot to happen. Okay, so basically he's just a little bit oblivious is his fault. But the thing is, I don't think she even knew that she had a problem with her life until the gala. And so how is he supposed to know if she doesn't know? She's having me rooting for him. Like, come on, girl, pull it together. I'm rooting for the man. Something's going on then. Also, when I was a sophomore in high school, I did this like leadership program and we had to do a retreat like this, and I still have flashbacks of the horrible time I had while doing it, because that was like our first interaction. I literally knew nobody knew anybody, and it's just a bunch of strangers doing all these weird things in the woods, and I'm just getting flashbacks to that right now, and it was not a good time. I relate to Sarah and how she has this high standard set for herself. I really do. I sympathize with her, and she's just going through a lot internally. I just think it took her like really, really long to get to this place. She definitely lost herself a long, long time ago, and it is heartbreaking to see. I do appreciate her and being honest with herself, and her conversation with the therapist lady and her conversation with Caleb. It's nice to see, and a reminder of being present in the present moment and like not being so hard on yourself, and just how she daydreams of the past and the future to the point where she's literally not in the present. And we see that a lot where she's like, I wasn't paying attention, I don't know what's going on, I don't know what we're talking about. And it's very clear, the message of this book. I, however, don't think it's really about the relationship at all. It's more about her. Would have liked Caleb's point of view. It would have been nice to see how he feels about it and to get a different perspective, because he is involved, but he's also on the outside, and he was there through her mother's death and just her relationship with her mother. Just feel like I'm interrupting, if I'm being honest. I kind of feel like they're having these moments. Sarah is with the therapist lady and Caleb and with herself, and I feel like I'm too much reading her journal. I'm invading her private journal is how I feel right now, and I don't love that. I like the story and her realizations and everything that's going on. I don't like how I feel like I'm invading her personal space right now. I don't want to. I don't want to invade her space. So that's my fig tree. That's my fig tree right there. I don't like how personal this is starting to feel. I actually really appreciate how he is like fully invested in this and actually trying to think about things that he wants to change too, and their little conversation about 10 years from now. I really like how they're realizing that their perspective needs to be more in the present and together, and just how kind of life got away from them. They got too comfortable. The only thing that I don't like, which I didn't like at the beginning and I don't like now, she was fine and then all of a sudden she was like, we need to get a divorce. I sympathize with her, but also it's a little bit hard to sympathize with her because she can literally do whatever she wants. She has the money to do whatever she wants, and she's been doing nothing. It's a normal realization that she's having, like these thoughts that she's having and that he's having are pretty normal and standard just from, I don't know, experiencing life, even though I'm only in my 20s. But she could just do something about it, and she didn't. And now they're out in the middle of the woods, and it took them being in the middle of the woods to literally just communicate to each other. Kind of the thing that's frustrating to me because, as I said, she has the money to do whatever, and she's just not. And the whole, oh, I can't get a job because I'm not very good at it. Oh, I can't go to school because then we won't see each other very much. Oh this, oh that. I mean, they're just excuses that she's been hiding behind. She's just been able to hide behind them because of her husband. And at the beginning, she was blaming her husband and was like, we need to get a divorce. Like, girl, no, you need to figure yourself out. I am enjoying it. I also feel like this is a little bit too much of a personal story. Not the author specifically, but just, I'm not having a fun time listening or reading this. I'm just understanding. I just don't know if I'm enjoying, if that makes sense. Yes, it's very sad, but her mom died like 10 years ago and she's just now handling it. So maybe that's also part of the problem. So I finished the book just now, the book portion of this video. Overall, this is just a nice little slice of life book about a couple that maybe got married a little too early and kind of needed to do a little bit of regrouping, and we followed along how they did that regrouping. I wish we saw the after though. The epilogue was 10 years later, which I get connects back to their story when they wrote their goals for 10 years from that moment. All we saw was the accident where once again Sarah did not handle things by herself and did not handle things very well. And then we get straight into the epilogue and she's this successful writer. I just wish we saw some of that. We saw Caleb and his business and how he changed. We saw how Sarah went back to school and became a writer, and that the journey of that. I wish the first half would have been about their issues and then the second half would have been about them overcoming their issues. It was very much, I wanted show versus tell, and we got tell versus show, which is fine. As I said, it was a nice slice of life read. I'm happy to see Bo and Winnie happy. Overall, it was fine. I'm probably never ever going to think about this book ever again, but it was a refreshing change of pace on, I don't even know if you would consider this a romance, but I guess the genre technically is a romance, so it was a unique take that I hadn't read before, so I do appreciate that, and I am happy for every character in this book actually. Overall, it was fine. The biggest thing I liked was the quote about the sweater, so that I can make a sweater. Now for the rest of this video, I'm going to be making this sweater. I think I'm going to give this book like a 2.5 out of 5 stars. It was fine. Moving on, my sweater here. I have decided I want to make the front and the back panels go opposite directions, so I want to make it could be a reversible one, so either the front or the back could go this way, and then I want to make the other panel go this way. So we've got this panel, then we've got the other one here. Again, front or back. I don't know, do I want the sleeves, first of all, to go this way or to go this way? What are we thinking? I thought about doing one of each, but I feel like that's a little bit too much. Which one do I do? This one reminds me of a beach towel. This reminds me of a sweater I used to have a long time ago. Which one do I like? Like, what am I doing right now? We finally have all 4 pieces, front, back, sleeve 1, sleeve 2. I don't know why this has taken me so long to do. Yes, it is single crochet, but I used a 15mm hook. Do you see that honker? Took me forever. Got the sleeves. I need to do the neckline, add the sleeves. How far do I want to go? Kind of want it to be like this, like a little off the shoulder, not quite off the shoulder, but hanging a little bit. I'm having a problem just now. I'm just now having a problem for the first time ever. Never had a problem before. Oh my gosh, girl, get your shit together. Okie dokie, it's done. This is what it looks like. I actually really love how it turned out. I made the sleeves like have a little cuff. Okay, maybe there's some ends I still need to weave in. And I also did a decrease on the bottom too, so it kind of, ignore that. Okay, ends are not my problem right now, but so it's kind of more fitted. I love how this turned out. I was a little skeptical. Halfway through, I'm like, I'm tired of the colors. I'm tired of this, but I think it turned out exactly how I wanted it to. And it doesn't necessarily match what something Sarah would wear, I don't think necessarily. It represents the story, and I feel like that is another way to interpret what I was trying to do. Okay, here's the other side. I'm sorry, I sound like I'm losing my voice. Maybe I am, I don't know. I like this side too. I like how they are both kind of different. What is that? I like how the sleeves look on both the front and the back, and I like how it's kind of subtle that you can wear it either direction. I don't know which way I like better. I like them both. And it's so comfortable. This is so comfortable. And we have the hidden message with all the ties. I decided to leave them kind of like our little secret that this sweater represents out of the woods and the meaning behind it. But we have a really cute, it kind of reminds me of Dr. Seuss, like a Dr. Seuss type of sweater. I don't know, like the covers of the books. I actually love how this turned out. It is so soft and so comfortable. Oh, ignore that. New video coming soon. This is a little different from last time, but I definitely want to do it again. I feel like every single book will be specific to what I'm doing, if that makes sense. Like every single outfit from the book will be specific to that book, which is kind of the whole point. So it may be a little different depending on what the book is. I have a fun new sweater now though. I need to deal with a few of these ends. I can't have them all sticking out, but this was fun. Anyway, I didn't make a whole outfit today, but I did have a good time. This took longer than the last one, so kind of timing wise, this is all I could make. Also, I feel like she was in the woods the whole time, so what did she wear? Leggings, which I have on, and I'm not gonna make leggings, so it is what it is. I hope you had a fun time watching this. I had a fun time making it and reading it. I hope you have the best day ever and your coffee tastes like magic. Bye.